the very first thing I notice is how the enemy has more cannons than I do, so I will keep that in mind, but for now I'm gonna start dividing my units into like loose groups, as this way we are going to be less affected by cannon fire. The cavalry front looks amazing for me actually, because I have the, how's it called, Shirazi. I'm not sure how it's supposed to be pronounced, and it's a very okay cavalry unit. It's basically as strong as like 2 regular cavalry, and even stronger if you can use it good. So I think I'm going to commit full on the right flank with the cavalry, and have a weaker left flank, possibly trying to like withhold his left flank. But I will also move them closer to the center in case he goes all in on one of the sides. I want to be able to react quickly to any changes. Actually, maybe like this, and then move it like down there. And now just put my infantry on the left. This deployment is not going to be terrible for me, at least. I'm gonna fix my cavalry real quick, and there we go. So he did put all of his cavalry on one side, but it was actually the right flank. So now I basically have a free opening on the left for me to just like kinda get behind his ranks and later on terrorize him. In the meanwhile, I'm thinking about possibly falling back with my cannons on like around this hill, because I'm sure that I don't want to fight him like on that area. Actually, what is his rating? He is 100 elo below me, so it might be actually fine to just take the hill. But now I might move my infantry a bit closer, but I don't want to make any commitments just yet. Because I have more cavalry than he does, and I also have less cannons than he does, I feel like that by delaying the main confrontation, I would be able to get time for my cavalry to inflict serious damage on the enemy ranks, if I play this well enough. Alright, well, I actually decided to commit my artillery to be placed on this area of the hill, because if I put my cannons like right over here, I will be able to like control this part of the map, and this artillery piece would be completely out of sight. I could possibly have an even artillery battle with him, like my 2 artillery against his 2 active artillery. And if he brings his artillery over, then I could very quickly just retreat below these slopes on the hill. This looks fine for now. So a cavalry battle on the right. It's not terrible. I could probably deal with it, but it's a bit too risky this early in the game, so I would rather just start falling back towards my artillery. I shall also continue moving my own artillery, and I should figure out what to do with these extra infantry. I don't know what to do with these, honestly. Like, you go there, just to have them distanced around a bit more. You go there. Well, it needs some improvement still, but it should do the job for now. My cavalry has succeeded in running away. This will be the cavalry response score actually. My garrison, if you will. So to understand what is going on right now, it's very important to be able to analyze the battle situation, the map itself, for example. So you can see the enemy committing some of his best infantry on the left flank to counter my 2 cavalry units. But as soon as I get over here with my cavalry, his cannons line of fire will be blocked by the woods and also by his own troops. So I feel pretty safe over here. Maybe I could later use the protection and concealment of this hill to just like flank behind him later on. And on the right flank I should probably keep pulling back. Now my artillery will be positioned right over here as previously discussed. I plan to utilize the fact that I could just hide below these slopes to only concentrate on one or two of his artillery. That's like actually like equalize our current artillery difference, and with the rest I should just hold this current situation because I am definitely chilling for now. And look at that, so this one is almost in position, but this one, only one of his artillery can actually shoot at this cannon. This one is not in sight for this cannon, so we are doing pretty great actually. Now since I have halted his cavalry charge, or more like he stopped charging with his cavalry, I should probably consider repositioning my best infantry unit, this, what is it called? Guards infantry. A part of my formation where it's going to be more active. So for now I will just move that a bit forward. And there it goes, he seems to be retreating with his cavalry. Rightly so, because that was a very bad position for him. And now I can start firing down his artilleries one by one if he lets me to do that. I should also try to kinda flank behind his ranks, so I could terrorize him with even more units on the back ranks. Oh, and yeah, look at that. He realized that my cannon was out of sight for him, so actually pulled this cannon closer to my cannons. I keep saying like cavalry for artillery, but that's only my mistake. It's supposed to be artillery only. Let's further the cavalry advance. I really like the idea of hiding behind this slope on the hill. Oh, actually, can he like hit me? I'm not sure if he can. Yeah, I think that he can like barely shoot me there. So I might want to pull back just a little bit, but I think it's fine. I don't know. Should I pull back a little bit? I think I'm fine over here for now. Because like his artillery is already weakened, so I have a little advantage even in that stalemate situation. Now I want to scare him a little bit, so I will pretend as if I was about to charge his cannons, but obviously as soon as he will notice my cavalry charging at his artillery, he will just pull back with his infantry quick enough to stop my charge, so I will not fulfill on the threat, but I will still create the threat. Oh, look at that, yeah, his infantry is moving. I think that he made the mistake by committing his infantry so early on. Because now I could actually move this cavalry unit like this, and there wouldn't be anything to like stop it, because this one wouldn't get all the way over to here by the time that I would already go past that point. So I will try to destroy one of that cannons, and with the rest of my cavalry I'm probably just going to regroup with the rest that are about to arrive. So yeah, I'm going to lose one of my cavalry for disabling a cannon, which is probably a good trade at this stage. Yeah, and look at that, it worked out perfectly well. And now I could just regroup, or even just like charge head on his cannons, but that may not be a wise idea, so I guess I will play safe for a little longer. On the other hand, I will continue bombarding his cannon. Actually, could I fire like that, damaging both units? Yeah, basically a principle in this game, with the new update at least, is that cannons deal an area damage now. You can see this yellow rectangle. It only appears in the middle and long ranges. When you shoot at the short range, it's only like a linear fire thing. But on the long range, it deals like an area damage, and all units inside this area get dealt the full damage. So if I put this rectangle like this, then I will damage both units with full power, basically. This isn't realistic, but it's how the game works, so we are going to take advantage of this mechanic and get to great heights. Let's see. He's trying to pull away, but it's way too late, and I'm just gonna like destroy that cannon. We're also bringing the artillery fight, and I should probably fight his cavalry on the hill. Actually, no, I shouldn't, because the thing is that if I was to fight his cavalry on this hill, then he has all these infantry in the nearby that he could like utilize at any second, which will be terrible for me. So for now, I think I will have to play for the long game and disable the cannon, then go for some infantry kills, and maybe like do a full frontal assault. At the very least, I have a very strong position with my cavalry close to his base now. That threat cannot be underestimated, at least. It takes a very long time, so he's probably moving a bunch of units, but we are about to see it. I mean, yeah, he moved some units for sure. Actually made a mistake here, as you can notice, because I moved my strongest cavalry way too close into enemy fire. As you can see, the enemy's infantry is able to hit my cavalry with their long range fire, at least with 2 units. So I should get the hell out of there real quickly. And I'm kinda chilling on the most part though. So how about I move my cannons forward? I will not even try to win the artillery game, and I shall start creating a threat to capture the city. The reason I want the city is because I would be able to assault his camp with way less effort if I was closer positioned to him. And the town basically shields you from artillery fire. So it's a good position to take once you already have a little advantage in the game. And this can also advance now. Some to support their firm position. This looks fine. Oh, my cannons couldn't cross, couldn't climb over this slope in time, so I need to move it again. But we are looking fine overall. Oh yeah, so I forgot these big things, but in this game you have these unit orders. Like you can either move a unit or like seek, which means that you would chase an enemy unit down. You also have the shoot that I use for my artillery to like fire at enemies. You can, as you can see, these start show me which units would get damage from that cannon shot. Then you also have the fire and advance order, which basically just move, but you can also fire in the meanwhile. And the fallback, which is like, you know, just fall back. But so yeah, you have these orders and you can very quickly switch in between them, or even just by pressing the numbers on your keyboard. That's what I usually use because it helps me like save a bunch of time. And let's continue with advancing into the town very quickly because I don't have much time left. Maybe I owe a little explanation. The reason why I was so focused on damaging his artillery at first is because that would let me get an advantage on the very long term. But because I managed to destroy one of his cannons anyway, now I'm able to attempt to win this game much quicker. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fire into the forest maybe. I think I can. But then I should do like this way so I can actually damage like up to 4-5 units, I mean. Yeah, look at the stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units damage. That is going to be crazy. I can turn my cavalry around now and maybe even engage them later on because I'm about to like weaken their infantry. Let's keep pushing into the town as well. You don't want to keep your units too close to each other when the cannons could perhaps fire at them. So you see that I have my infantry like hugging over here, but his cannons cannot actually see my infantry because they are behind the slope. But once they move out, they are vulnerable to cannon fire, although he is just focused on my cannon right now. Yeah, look at that. He's trying to damage my infantry, but because I have like them spaced out, he can only damage like one of them. It appears to be that my little action on the forest didn't really bring many fruits because they barely took a hit to their cohesion. They lost like 4 orc, that is like nothing. I will not win the battle with that advantage, so I should pick a new target. Maybe these two would be easier to sabotage. Also the cavalry maybe? No. Not the cavalry. Let's just focus on them for now. At this point we are essentially just waiting for him to make a bad move while we are preparing for a plausible frontal assault later on. And look at that, he actually moved out of his safe position. So now I can actually utilize my cannon over here. And let's say that I want to shoot at this unit over here. And I would hit all of these in the middle. Maybe if I position it a bit better, here we go. I can damage 5 of those units. Actually, I should pin the shooting to a unit. In this game, you can either like select the unit that you want to attack, and that way if the unit moves, so will the area move. Like it will follow it. If you select the unit, it will follow the unit. But if we just click on the ground, then it will not follow any units. And these are advancing, so I should just select one of them like that. Same over there, and I will move on the far north actually. That is where I would like to gain some ground. I will also deploy some of these garrison units, because now there's a chance that the battlefield would be pushed on the left. And I shall also continue with taking over the city, establishing a control there, if you will. Yeah, over here I made a mistake because he was able to damage my guards, but they are very bulky, so it's kind of fine. It's far from a game-ruining mistake. Oh, that is unpleasant for sure. But I guess I can fight this cavalry now. I should just try to delay the action with that crazy good cavalry unit. It's too valuable right now to get jumped by 4 other cavalry units, so I will kind of pull him back and we will see what else we can do. I can no longer fire at the infantry, unfortunately. I guess I could move this cannon and find a different target with this one. Oh, look at that. That is not amazing, but it's kind of fine. Manageable. You see, his artillery has regained organization. He can use it again. But so did my cannon, my cavalry. So I might just well utilize it somehow. This cavalry is in a very awkward place. So I guess I will just try to move away from that awkward position. Let's further our advance in the town, like that, so we are chilling. And I should pay attention to this far left flank. We really don't want to lose this cavalry battle over here, so I will follow it very closely. It's not horrible, but it's really not good either. I should just try to max out on the damage I can deal to them. Hopefully they wouldn't move. Let's also get this cavalry into a safe place. Oh, he actually engaged my infantry in the town. That is actually very interesting. I could kind of damage his units. Kinda. A little bit, perhaps. But maybe I should hold back a bit before doing that. I will try to pick favorable conditions for the fight in the town as well. Alright, let's see the outcome of this cavalry battle. We are still winning for now, although we still have some problems to overcome. Oh, look at that, I could damage all 3 of these units, but because they are in houses right now, in the village, the town, whatever, they will take much less damage. But it's still some damage, so it's fine. It actually let me encircle him for some reason, so I will do that in fact. And I should advance a bit closer so that I could damage his units while they are crossing the river. Let's watch the cavalry battle first. We are leading, I believe. For sure. There will be better positions for that fight. After I won the town, let's try to move like this maybe a little bit. And I can just like go in like that. Like flank him from behind. That also seems to be good, yeah. Just hold with them. Looks alright. So you may have noticed how we seem to be kinda close on casualties so far, but in reality I was able to pick a much better position, so the casualty rates will start getting very different. Oh, yeah, he just like withdrew from the battle in fact. But I was hoping to like show how an endgame is usually done, but this is all that we were able to do for this game, so fundamentally I would have won in the town. First of all, like I was about to like encircle some of these units, then I would have been able to send maybe like 5 of these over on that front, or even just like charge at the artillery straight on. And also his supply hub over here. Yeah, I mean, they were also like winning in the cavalry battles, so he couldn't do much there either, and maybe he had a very slight advantage on this part of the front, but we were chilling on general. So yeah, that is kinda how someone of my level analyze a game while it's going down. It might help some people to be able to analyze their games better. Although I'm probably not the best at analyzing these games. I have seen some 2000 Elo players, they are crazy. Not even I can understand them. Not even I can fully get what they see when they look at something, but I hope to learn it one day. But this is kinda like all for now.